begin with Maloney.
I guess we've heard all the politicians speak, or how they speak. I'm not a politician, so I'm going to tell it flat out like it is. Israel exists. Israel has a right to exist. Israel has a right to negotiate with whom, when, and where it desires to achieve peace. Something that should be dictated by the United States or any other nation on this globe. The United States has no right to tell Israel or any other country what they can do, what they can build on their territory, on their land, and when or where they can build it. It's beautiful that Representative McCarthy has signed such wonderful things in favor of Israel. But the question is, how many of those things actually pass? We know how this political game is played in Washington, where they'll sign a thing and then they know it's not going to pass, so it's a meaningless gesture. How many meaningless gestures like that have we seen over the years on the whole Israeli subject? Now let's go a bit further. This administration has been, many people say they're just naive. They don't understand. They have systematically abused our allies, not just Israel, but others. They throw them under the bus with regularity. Look at what happened to Poland and the Czech Republic. Yep. We're going to have an anti-missile system to protect against Iranian missiles. Russia objects, Obama throws them under the bus. We are not shipping weapons and stuff that the Israelis need. It's been a de facto embargo for the past year. Why is that? It's not because Congress asked for it. It's because the administration is just not doing it. So keep this in mind when you elect a new Congress in November. It is not just to change domestic policy in the United States. It is also to protect our allies and our friends around this world. Because one thing I've learned you do not throw your allies under the bus. And that is something that I've done consistently. And I'll just go back to one thing. An early indicator was during the campaign. What happened when Russia invaded Georgia? Did Obama say a word? He was in Hawaii, if I remember correctly. The only people that were out there saying it was George W. Bush and John McCain. And they were the only reason why Russia stopped from eating up the whole country. So keep that in mind. He gave you an open signal about how he treats allies back in the campaign, and he's just proceeded to do the same strategy throughout his administration's power. I'm a little short on the speech block, so anyone wants to ask questions? Extra one or two, I'll answer this as well. Yes, ma'am.
I know the business folks spoke about family politics and caring about life. Now I know for a fact she is so pro-choice.
Right.
And coming from her background being a nurse and having her husband killed on that train, it surprises me. Are you pro-life?
I'm definitely pro-life. I'm a pastor and I
when Chuck Schumer was asked how he felt about the mosques built here at Ground Zero, he said that it was a local issue, he wouldn't comment on it. Which I suppose Senator Joe Grant feels similar. I'd like to know, I haven't heard Representative McCarthy make a statement on that. I don't know why she hasn't commented on it. So I ask two things. One, how do you stand on mosque being built down at Ground Zero? And secondly, have you heard what Councilman McCarthy has to say about this?
Well, I answer the second one first. No, I haven't. To answer the first part of your question, I'm definitely against the mosque down at Ground Zero. There's no reason There was no reason to build a victory memorial for the folks that attacked us on that day. You know, too many of us lost friends, family, everything there, to an ideology that is murderous and has no mercy or compassion for human beings. And to have that ideology celebrate its victory by building a memorial, if you will, within sight virtually of Ground Zero is an affront to America, and it's something that I certainly hope never to see. And I'm very disappointed in some politicians like Mayor Bloomberg, who call us who are out there demonstrating.
I'm just curious, even though I think I understand the answer, but got to get it out. Nobody seems to have commented on this new treaty that we made with Russia. And anything that I know that Russia does is going to affect Iran, it's going to affect Israel, it's going to affect us. Russia is opening up ports in the Middle East, they're building up their military in the Middle East. I don't get it. We just found out, or it was just published recently, no surprise to skeptics, that Russia violated the last agreement from '93, and they've been violating it for the duration, and yet we just simply have a Hillary Clinton that says that she believes it's our job to walk them through all of our nuclear installations and show them everything. This was Hillary. What's your thoughts on that?
The treaty was under discussion. It was the new START 2, I think it's called, or whatever, with the Soviet Union.
Right.
It's the Obama, it's the kumbaya of nuclear treaties. It's where the United States is going to reduce its nuclear arsenal, but Russia actually has to reduce nothing.
Right.
And encompassing that are inspections of our facilities, our nuclear facilities, all of them, for nothing in return. We basically threw away a large part of our return for nothing. Now, the good part about it is it has been passed. It still has to have Senate approval. And with a little luck, it will get to the Senate before my buddy Gary gets there. And I don't think Gary's going to let it pass it off. So hopefully it'll die a very quiet death. But just the fact that this administration, like I said, they'll throw our allies under the bus, and they'll try to strip the United States of its power and its deterrence. And this administration has to come to an end in 2012.
President Reagan said very clearly that liberty is only one step away from extinction. This president, this Congress, have been trampling the Constitution and everything about it with all the laws that they've passed in the last year and a half. And when you get to Congress, what are we going to do to restore the faith back in the Constitution so that we have two fundamental ways of governing: rule of law and the truth of the Constitution?
Thank you for the question. Two things. One, I think the proper quote was one generation away from the step. There are a number of things we need to do. First of all, we've got to strip back the things they have done already. We've got to reduce the size of government. We've got to get rid of the bureaucracies which have grown to the point where they are passing laws or regulations without congressional approval or oversight that are affecting every aspect of your life.
And the czars.
The czars have got to go. The Department of Education, which has never educated a single person in the United States, and only serves to make education more difficult, increase our taxes because they have all these unfunded mandates that the school systems have to comply with. More reporting requirements, more administration, that raises your taxes and doesn't do a darn thing for education.
Read the bills.
Read the bills.
Limit the page numbers of bills. The pages of the bill.
Bills should be a short number of pages. I think Gary has said that on the high end 10 pages. I love that idea, because I don't want to read 2,000-page bills, this is ridiculous.
Happened to transparency.
Right?
Happened to transparency day.
Well, he went away right after election day.
No, that he kept that promise because he is the most transparent president we've ever had.
Yeah, it's most transparently social. Thank you.